I'm a firm believer. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. Any woman that gets on here and she doesn't have anything positive to say about a man, she says nothing positive, men ain't ish, they ain't good for nothing, they're cheaters. If everything that she says about a man is negative, she's complaining about her choices every time. Every time. Even if you go as far as to say, well, my friends and some of my family members have experienced this. Okay, that's within your circle. Okay, and clearly y'all all have a problem with recognizing men that you shouldn't be dealing with, or you realize it and then y'all still stick around and then expect that person to change instead of picking up your belongings and exiting the situation. Okay. But no, every time y'all complain, even when it comes to like the women that complain about the fathers of their children, you're complaining about your choice. Nobody asked you to do any of those things. Nobody asked you to lay with that man. Nobody asked you to have his baby. Even if he did, he's not asking you appropriately if he didn't give you no ring. Let's start there. So they're not asking. A man that wants to have a baby by you is asking for your hand in marriage first. Let's start there. But yeah, no. Y'all complain about the men that you choose, and then you think all men are like that, and that is not the case. And then how do you forget all of the men that were decent to you? And I'm not saying they have to be in, you know, committed relationships or men that you used to deal with. It could be co-workers, it could be friends, it could be other male members in your family that are married and, doing right by their wives. My thing is there's always going to be a mix of somebody good somewhere in your life. Okay, you had to come across somebody that showed a positive aspect of a relationship, a marriage, of what a man looks like. And here's the thing, a lot of y'all be like, you'll see, these committed relationships, and you see these doting husbands and whatnot, and you want that. All right. And you don't understand why you don't have that. But sometimes it's also about your selection and who you decide to give your time to. A man can only, act like somebody else for so long. I don't know how so many of y'all are getting deceived and scammed for so long. And I think a lot of times it's not even that. I mean, yeah, they might get you long enough to kind of reel you in, but then y'all act like y'all are still stuck as if you're still married to the person. Y'all treat regular relationships like marriage, like you can't get out of, but even in a marriage you can get out of. So I don't know how y'all stay stuck in these situations for years at a time, but literally y'all are only complaining about your choices.